We made it in with just minutes to spare. Welcome back, everyone. Today, Nicole and I are here to experience Halloween Horror Nights Premium Scream Night. We're bringing you guys along. We're gonna enjoy some free food and drinks. I guess we paid for it. But yeah, there's a lot to cover right now. We made it inside. There is technically Stay and Scream today, which we weren't aware of. I don't think you could buy it as an add-on, but you could like get in with either like a park ticket or if you're an annual pass holder. So love it. We're in. We're gonna go get checked in right now. The day is here. All right, we are heading to pick up wristbands right now. I don't know where. It's supposed to be over here somewhere by Dillon, Despicable Me. Again, there are 3 locations to pick them up from this year. All right, here you go. Wristband pickup location. So it is attached here to Dillon. There it is. Premium Scream Night, August 28th. Super cool. Also on the back, you can scan for food and beverage. That's awesome. Also, here is the wristband. So this is for Stay and Scream, and then this is for Premium Scream. So 2 different things we're getting today. This isn't normally gonna be here, but again, super simple. You scan, they kind of strap you up, and you're good to go. Here is the shirt as well for Premium Scream Night. First into the fall, you get the gargoyle there, beautiful design. And then on the sleeve, it does say Premium Scream Night with the date. I love it. So we just picked one of these up, and you can only get this with a Premium Scream ticket. Here is a closer look at what time the houses are opening today. So 5:15 for Five Nights, 5:45 for Grave, Terrifier at 6, and also Wyatt 6 is at 5:15. So they have uncovered all of these big like cobblestone pieces now. You can see Fallout right here. And we'll go over this more at night when everything is kind of lit up. Just kind of a quick look. You have the lantern here for the Wyatt 6. Over here we have Jason. I wasn't sure which one this one was gonna be, and I thought this was gonna be Freddy, but actually this is Jason. And then on this side, we have Freddy right there. So yeah, definitely threw me for a loop for these 2. They have also wheeled out our first piece right here. Some bodies have been just obliterated by this tree trunk or something right there. Holy cow. And then right here you have Terrifier, which we knew was going to be this one. That was a no-brainer. Nicole is currently taking a look at the tribute store, but as you can see, they are now turning and wheeling this out. It will go into the center of the street. They're getting ready to get everything going. We are very close to the night getting started. Again, you can go and do the houses right now. So much like Stay and Scream, that is basically what we are doing here because the event doesn't start for a little while, but because we have access to Stay and Scream, the houses are staggered opening. So we have a few houses open at 5:15, 5:30, 5:45, and 6. I think we'll go back to the hub at 6, so that way we can hit all of them and we're not kind of running in and out over there. But again, she's just finishing up here, and they are doing this here, wheeling that out. So I think we're possibly gonna go start a house. The food also hasn't started yet. I'm gonna guess that starts when the actual event starts, not during Stay and Scream. Oh, look at that, they have a fog effect coming out too. So we're definitely gonna be coming through the scare zones in a little while, so don't you worry. We are just at this point kind of checking everything out, seeing what's going on here. There's a few other things that are going on that I was not aware of. So I'm hearing of like a ticket to go watch an experience. I will let you guys know about it. I can't find it. I was hearing potentially the tribute store. I was also hearing over here by the horror and makeup show. I'm not seeing it right now, but apparently you have to get a ticket. I believe it's free, and they were doing like a little like show, maybe with Sergio or something. If I find out more information, I'll let you guys know. I want to point this out though for Mel's. So if you look here, these are all the things that are being offered here at Mel's. And what's awesome about tonight is, again, we can get all of this for free, I guess, kind of free, you know? I mean, we paid for it, but it's cool to see. That's right, it's included. It's included. I was like, well, that's a better term. It's included. Yeah. Well, it also looks like they have some new merch out here too. So this is kind of not a short sleeve, but what would you call this type of shirt? Like a extra short sleeve, I guess, like the big.
It reminds me of like, no, almost like a tank top, but not a tank top.
Yeah, it's just those like big ones, but this is definitely a new one. It is the house shirts there. It's just a different cut. And then we finally have some new Jason merch. About time. Oh no, the pumpkin is still unfortunately broken. Also, we are heading back to Fallout, right? So we're going to Fallout,
yes.
And Gulkin are basically going to be open. So Gulkin opens at 5:45. It is like 5:30 something, and Fallout is open right now. So we're going to head back there. It says it's a 10-minute wait. We'll do Fallout and then Gulkin because that's going to be the hub in the back here. Also, you can see there's no scare actors out right now, and you can see also how empty it is right now. This is crazy. You have to remember that Stay and Scream wasn't like advertised, so a lot of people are like waiting out front. So there is actually a good amount of people still waiting in the front of the park, and the event still doesn't start for a little while. But it is still kind of crazy because like we're just the only ones here right now. So it's cool. Oh, there's food. It looks like we have our first food option here for the cat lady of Crooked Lane. So people are already walking around. Do we get something now, or do we just head over for...
I say we get something now.
Okay, I guess
You're
we go
the
see.
wrong person.
All right, we're getting our first food item. Now, we're not gonna be doing a lot of food reviews here. Also, didn't realize there's like cat hair on the side of this. And then the scratches, little details I wasn't paying attention to. But we're not really doing like a lot of food review stuff. We're just kind of showing you what we're getting, maybe something small. We're gonna have an entire food review of like all of the items from HHN that will be coming out. A separate video for those of you guys that want to see that. But yeah, we're gonna try these two. As we are kind of getting through these, I'd say both of them were pretty good, yeah?
Yeah, liked them both. I would get them both. I liked the ramen a little bit more though.
Did you? Okay,
Yeah.
I was a fan more, I think, of the walking taco, but definitely lots of flavor in these. But yeah, look at the size of this ramen bowl. That is huge.
Yeah.
Music is starting to get pumped in. I'm hearing the ambiance. Also, maybe hot ramen wasn't the best choice to start off with food, but you know what? It was pretty good. We are heading back to Fallout and Gulkin now. We'll give you our review. Again, tonight is gonna be a lot about how we feel like the value of Premium Scream. That is really what we're trying to do here. Like, is it worth it with all the free food, or the included food, the short lines, the basically pulse entry? How does the vibe of the night feel? That is what we are trying to get you tonight. So we're not gonna do too much in-depth review, more just kind of like the overall view of everything. Also, do not forget, you do have all of the freestyle machines included in your admission here. So it is nice, you don't have to pay for freestyle cups. It is included, you can come over here and they are all accessible. Like you can see, it's not gonna tell you, it won't do it without it, so that's awesome. This is also so weird, there's so many employees. I feel like the park's like shut down, but with the ceremonies, it should start to fill up here for sure. And again, back here in the hub, very similar to last year. It looks like it is exactly the same. You're gonna come all the way back. And I'm gonna guess that the houses are gonna split right there up at the front. Don't forget they do have bathrooms back here, so you don't have to run all of the way back out. And it looks like they've covered this area back here. Interesting, so this is definitely new. And there you go, Gulkin 5, Fallout 5. And we are starting with my most anticipated house. If you guys watch the video, Fallout is that house for me. But yeah, look at this, this is nice. So now if you're coming out in the middle of the day and you're starting a little earlier, you're gonna be shaded. It looks like they have a bunch of AC fans over there too.
And the rain.
Yeah, the rain too. So you're gonna be covered. I really, really, really like this actually. This is actually a huge improvement. Now this was that tent that I was pointing out like a few weeks ago, and I was like, it looks like just another tent got put up and I didn't know what it was. And it's this here, it's a covered tent basically for the queue. So I really like that, that's a huge addition this year. There it is, you have some awesome audio pumping through. And we are getting ready to head in. And again, staggered entry. So this is a really cool situation where, again, you get to go in solo with your group. That is awesome. Also, look at Gulkin, that's getting a line. All right, our impressions, we're already talking about it. I'm sorry we didn't capture it right away. That was really cool.
Yeah.
If you guys liked the show, fantastic. Holy cow, if that
Beautiful
is,
set pieces.
I was gonna say, if this is like the standard right now and we're gonna have like this quality, I'm getting goosebumps. I got goosebumps. You see my goosebumps? I've got goosebumps right now. I've got goosebumps right now, guys. This, I hope everything delivers like that. It was hard to see because it's light out and we didn't have our eyes adjusted.
And it was so dark in some of those.
It was, but oh my gosh, I don't want to spoil too much right now. We'll talk more about stuff tomorrow. That was so good. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I really hope the rest of the houses deliver. If that is the standard right now, and it was a little empty too.
Yeah.
Not super empty, but definitely there were some missing boo holes. There was a few puppets that I saw that weren't working.
So early though.
Yeah, but I like, oh my gosh, that was so good. Okay, next house is Gulkin. So just understand, normally, right, you would kind of just like keep moving here. So like this line would take like 2-3 minutes, right? Because you're just gonna keep on going. But the way this works, again, because it's staggered, you're gonna have a group go, they're gonna wait a few seconds, the next group, wait a few seconds. So this will take us a few minutes here to get through. But again, this is awesome to go through solo like that too. I mean, that was so good. All right, Nicole, this is your #1 most anticipated. Are you excited?
I am, but I'm nervous that it's like not gonna hit, you know, but like I'm also excited, but I'm nervous.
No, I think we got this. Fresh out of Gulkin. Again, this is your #1. How'd you like it?
It was a good start. I need to do it again. It's so hard doing the houses when it's still like light outside because your eyes don't adjust. So you like can't see anything for the first like 45 seconds. The second half of the house was like more of what I was expecting. So I definitely want to run it again when it's darker, but lots of scare actors in that one I felt. Lots of boos.
Yeah, that was a good run again. full of scare actors. They're super aggressive too, like very aggressive. They're starting aggressive this year, which I love because sometimes they have to like get up to that point. Both of these houses were aggressive. Sets inside of Gulkin, chef's kiss, beautifully well designed, huge pieces. I love it. Both these houses are a hit so far. I think I'm goosebumping again right now. I don't even know, or maybe because it's raining. I don't know. It's about to rain. But yeah, two really good houses to start.
I think the staggered entry alone would justify coming to this event. Like the fact that, granted, it's sped up a little bit more in the Gulkin house, but like Fallout, we were the only two people in front of us and like behind us, and that was a really, really, really cool experience. So I think like just that almost like VIP treatment on the house could be worth it.
Well, it wouldn't be a day at HHN opening if it wasn't just raining like crazy. I'm seeing this potentially till 10. I hope it's not the case, but we are getting quite a bit of rain. But here we go, into dolls. We'll catch you guys on the other side. Here is your facade. You can see over there, a little treasure chest of some goodies, a little window here, fog pumping out. It is time. Okay, Nicole, initial review.
Way better than I thought. What did I rank it at? Like 9?
Low?
Definitely not a 9 unless everything else is great and like something has to go into 9.
Right?
It wasn't like cheesy or childish or like gimmicky like I thought it would be. It was really cool.
One thing I need to talk about really quick though, so you can see here's the line for HHN Chains right here. And it is going up the ramp right here. All right, we are coming over here to HHN Chains. This looks to be pretty long actually. Okay, so when we did dolls, they were doing staggered entry, but we like immediately were in like the group in front of us. So I wonder if the rain is causing some hiccups where like things are going slower or whatever. So even though we waited like, I don't know, 30 seconds or whatever to go in, the group was like right there. So that was the first time that we kind of weren't on our own. Also, this is a longer line for sure for HHN Chains. We'll see how this one goes. Obviously, as you guys know, this is a sold out event this year. It is about 4 times as filled from previous years, if I'm not mistaken. All right, a little update. We are kind of stopped. We've been stopped here for about 5 minutes right now. So I think there's an issue with the house. I think that might be a team member. Okay, so the team member came over. He told us there's a puddle in the line, so they were kind of like holding it to like do like this branch and then like let, I think, like a big group go through is kind of what I'm understanding. Okay, here we go. I think there was, again, a slight backup. Looks like they're moving and grooving here. We'll catch you guys on the other side of HHN Chains, one of the only houses that we could actually see part of the facade during updates. Guys, it is downpouring right now. Everybody is like lining up over here. There's the lightning. This is rough. But let's talk about HHN Chains really quick. So disregarding the rain, how did you like HHN Chains?
I don't know if everything's over delivering or if I just like ranked too hard, but I really liked it. It was good. I had a really good scare. I love being scared. A really good like scream, turn around into Dillon. Love it, love it, love it. It was a lot of fun. Way cooler than I thought it would be. And I'm impressed. I was too harsh on my rankings.
Yeah, but again, I do think it's a situation where like, I think the houses are really gonna deliver this year. That house was awesome. Honestly, both of the 10 houses were awesome. All 4 of the 10 houses technically were awesome so far. There is a double scare in there. Not gonna tell you where it is, but it's HHN Chains, obviously. It's a duo, and they do a fantastic job hitting that double. Might be the best one that I've experienced in years. The way that they double that up, and you do not expect it at all. Marvelous. I got goosebumps again, but I could just be cold. Literally just could be cold right now. So far, 4 houses, all of them I would rank very highly, probably 8 or above so far, which is crazy. All right, it is not lightening up. So the play is, I think we need to get to the hub, the other hub for the other 4 houses. It is very cold in here. So we need to try and get to the hub on the other side of the park. And then we have 4 houses that we can do in a hub. So we're gonna brave it. I'm gonna wrap my camera up in here. And we got an umbrella, we got ponchos, and we are going to make our trek. And yes, let's do this. So we did take a quick break at Plastico, by the way. Again, all of this is free, mocktail free, or included. I keep saying free, it's included with the price, but we did pick up all 3 dishes. We're trying them out right now. I will say, both the chicken dishes better than the chicken dishes that we had last year, which was for triplets, and then the deep fried Uncrustable over there. Nicole loved it. I thought it was decent, very peanut buttery. This is not bad. The top portion Basically tasted like a liquid gummy bear, and the bottom portion was like super like gingery. Kind of got a little weird. The top was very good, but the bottom was interesting. But yeah, again, all this included, which is really nice. Just to give you guys an update, you can see it is 8:15. We have done 4 houses, eaten at 2 different food booths, and kind of just like paled around a little bit. So we're doing a pretty good job right now for timing too. As we are heading over to the hub, I know there are no scare actors in here right now, but you can see they have a display there of the cat. I think that a lady comes out here, the cat lady, but pretty cool. You can hear the sounds. Unfortunately, again, nothing's happening right now because they aren't activating the triggers. You can also see right here, these are lit up now. You can see those cat faces for sure now. That looks beautiful. All right, let's see what's going on here with the cat lady. See if we can get a show. See somebody over here. We about to get a little entertainment. Oh, there's a little cat here. They don't even realize. Just hanging out. There we go. Oh, there's the cat lady. Uh-oh.
My little babies. One for you, and one for you, and one for you.
All right, here's our little lane here. Let's see who's all active in the boo holes today. Is this one empty? I don't think there's one in the middle. Is there one here on the end?
It's black.
So this is interesting. So they start off as humans, right? And you'll actually watch the development as they go through the zone, and then they'll turn into cats by the time you get to the Cat Lady Scarezone, or I guess the house really. So throughout this whole zone, you're watching that development as they like transform into the actual cats. Very interesting, I like that. Cool design. Wow, look at the pumpkins too. That looks cool. Oh, it looks like we actually have the Mel zombies here. So they're not skating right now. They're kind of just hanging out front, looking to give you some food. Very interesting. Okay, so I was expecting skaters, but there's a lot. Yeah, look at them out here running around, offering you food. That's cool. That's so interesting. So I wonder if they exist the whole time, or if they're gonna like come and go. We do have a 10-minute wait here for El Artista, so we're gonna go ahead and do this, and then we'll head back to the hub. So this is interesting. So you come in, and then you're gonna wrap all the way around, and we're actually going in front of the stage right now. It looks like we're gonna head over by Rip Ride Construction. I don't know if this is gonna be the normal situation or if it's just for tonight, but it looks like they have the door open right there. Also, you can see the lightning in the background. So this is peculiar. I was not expecting. I thought we were going to be going behind us. So it looks like you actually end up coming over here, and then my guess is it'll be this house right over here. Okay, so we're going through a completely different entrance right now, but we're kind of by like the other area. I'm so confused right now. Okay, so I think this is the new entrance right there, and you used to go like in here and like it used to be a little different for sure. So this is now like the entrance spot, and again, you used to come up this path right here, but that is now the hub, and the hub's going to take you over there. Now we'll take you guys to the hub in just a minute, but very interesting layout here. All right, so we just finished. You can actually head back out right here, but there are signs, and we're going to head right into the hub right now through this little path. So it does look like you could just keep circling through. All right, so here you go. So it looks like houses that are letting out over there. You know, we came out over here, so we are now entering the hub. So many questions are about to be answered in the next 10 seconds. All right, here you go. So 2 houses to the left, 2 houses to the right, and restrooms. They did put it here. Looks like they have ponchos for sale right outside of the Terrifier house. That's funny. All right, we're gonna start with Grave of Flesh, 10 minutes over here. We're gonna head right on in, but I also heard there are some nasty smells in there. It's about to be wild and terrifying.
Right now.
Do you smell it already?
I'm smelling something right now. Yeah.
So there were rumors that you would have queues inside of the sound stages, and that looks to be the case. There are a ton of switchbacks in here for Grave of Flesh. Looks like we're not gonna have to do really any of these, but yes, so inside of the actual sound stage, you will be sitting through queues. Very, very unique scenario this year, wow. Okay, so we just got out of Grave of Flesh, and now we took a left. We're gonna head over to WWE and Five Nights. Nicole, how did you like Grave of Flesh?
I think after coming off of some of the other houses with such like elaborate set pieces, it felt a little lackluster. Some of the areas needed a bit more scare actors, but then like some had a ton packed into one corner. So I think we're gonna have to like run it again. But I also felt like one of the monsters, maybe two of them, were just like way too random. And I'm like, ooh, is this giving me like Hell Block vibes? So I may have just gone into it like tainted. So we definitely have to run it again.
So yeah, I would have to say pretty much the same on that one. I know we're a little dark here, we're in like the back alley, but it was a little repetitive. Like you come from like El Artista where like the whole vibe is just like insane in there. The house is like, it's just beautiful, tall, crazy. Every single house I think we've been through, so different between all of the sets, each like area you're going to feels so incredibly different, so well themed. This one was very similar the whole way through, but the biggest thing that matters to you guys was the staggered entry. We didn't really get it there. Like there was a group in front of us and they were like, how many? We said 2. He was like, okay, go ahead. And the group behind us, they had 2 and they were like, just go ahead. So we were kind of in that conga line, which I do feel like takes away from that premium Scream feel. I feel like they're starting to kind of like group the people a little closer together, which is a little unfortunate because pretty much every other house we've had that staggered entry. So we'll keep an eye on it right now, but that was a little bit of a bummer that we were kind of paired up like that. Also, Five Nights right here for 20. Do we do 5 nights? Let's do 5 nights. We're gonna do this one, then we'll do Wyatt 6 maybe afterward. And once again, here is the queue that could potentially exist in here. Wait, we just came out on the other side. What is happening? This is so weird. Where are we going?
I kind of like that it's not just like all these lines jam-packed back here though.
I guess that's true, yeah. Like we're kind of like willy weaving in and out of sound stages. I don't know, this is weird. I know I have a lot of Five Nights fans. How do you think they're gonna like the house?
I think if you're a fan, you're gonna love it. It was super cool.
100%. It was so accurate. The animatronics were insane. The facade is insane. You guys are going to absolutely love that house. No lie. The houses this year, and I know we're not trying to go too in depth. Tomorrow we'll probably do a little bit more spoilery reviews. Today I'm trying to give you a little bit more quick snippets, but like overall, and I'm not just saying it because like it's first night here, whatever, like the facades, the sets, I feel like are easily the best that I've witnessed yet.
Yeah.
Is it the same?
Yeah.
Like
They're almost all of them are beautiful.
yeah, I mean above and beyond whatever your expectations are, I feel like it's going beyond that. Beautiful, beautiful sets. Absolutely love it this year. I don't even know. It's crazy. This is pretty cool. And this queue, again, inside of the soundstage.
With
They're
air
playing
conditioning.
something. Yes, very air conditioned. They're playing a little like blip up here, getting you ready. Also, I don't think we gave our review on El Artista. So a quick review. Absolutely insanely beautiful. Probably the most beautiful house of the event. It was insane. The rooms were massive. I felt like, how did they fit that in a soundstage? If you like Dead Man's Pier, I think it was even better than that. If you like Blood Moon, I think it was better than that. As far as sets go, you know, you're gonna have to kind of feel out the scares and everything, but like as far as the sets go, I would say it's possibly the best that I've seen at HHN from my experience. Obviously I haven't been going for 20 years or whatever, but over the past so many years, might be. We will take the wet path for you guys here. It is a posted 25 minutes. By the way, it does look like this is gonna be the only queue from what it looks like that's gonna be almost entirely outside when it does get busy. Just finished Terrifier and looking at the Terrifier food booths, these are very long lines. So you could see, you actually order right there and it wraps all the way back here. So it kind of wraps around and it ends like up by like the dog statues from Secret Life of Pets. All right, we have been continuing our food booth items for the night again. We're gonna have a full video on this, but I do want to check in a little bit about kind of like how the night is going so far. So it is currently 11:20. We still have yet to do Nightmare Fuel or the Lagoon Show. I think we're gonna do the Midnight Lagoon Show. That's our only other option right now because it runs every hour, 9 to 12. And then that's the last one. So we're probably not gonna do Nightmare Fuel tonight. We've done every single house but Jason, and we've tried a number of food booths. I will say the staggered entry is definitely not what it seems like it was kind of advertised as so far. I don't know if because of the rain and like that stuff, or it's just much busier than people were kind of intending it to be. It does feel a little weird with some of that aspect of things. I don't know, we'll see how kind of the rest goes. The first 4 houses, I feel like we did a pretty good job with it, but pretty much everything over here at the hub and Artista and stuff, I do feel like we were kind of conga lining, not super tight conga line, but almost like kind of a loose conga line. We're gonna head over to Jason now, finish up our 10th house of the night, but we ended up picking up some chips for the walk and the wait, I guess, at this point. But let's head on over, and then we're gonna do a little bit of scare zone action. Finally get in the scare zones a little bit, try and see if we can find Art the Clown roaming around, something like that. 10th house of the night, does say 15 minutes. Now again, the first few houses, staggered entry, beautiful, loved it. Haven't really had it, and I'm kind of bringing it up because again, this is an expensive event and they are advertising that. So right now, the food stuff is very nice. Some of those lines are pretty long though. It's fine, it kind of moves pretty quick, but that's the big thing that I'm keeping an eye out on right now. Let's go check out Club Horror as we kind of walk through, see what is exactly happening. I will say it feels pretty empty here right now. Nobody is at the bar. I've been keeping an eye. I haven't seen anybody kind of walk over there. It looks like on the stage, you do have some dancers here. All right, I do want to give you guys just a quick update here. So it is 12:03, Grave of Flesh, 5 minutes. Let's scroll 15 minutes for Wyatt 6. 5 Nights, 20, 25 El Artista, Gulkin, 25, Dolls, 35, 35 for Fallout, 35 for Hatch and Chains, 35 for Jason, 45 for Terrifier. Oh, we also have the black phone guy, just the grabber. He's just kind of walking around in front of his black phone situation. So random characters. Haven't seen Art yet either though. How did you like Jason, by the way?
I thought it was good. I really thought they did a good job connecting the two like houses into one smooth transition. Like tight spaces, lots of scare actors, very full, and they were like on it with the scares.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to like do more of them as the season goes on. It's only night 1, but I was impressed with Jason.
Yeah, definitely a solid house. I would say a really strong house, pretty like tight like corridors and stuff. So yeah, that was a solid first run. Now let's talk again a little bit about that whole staggered entry situation. We weren't staggered. How many people were like? I mean, probably 10?
Like 15. I was gonna say 15 maybe.
Yeah. So the first few runs we had tonight, we had staggered.
Just
but
us.
Yeah, just the 2 of us. They'd be like, how many? 2. We'd go. Nobody else behind us. After pretty much the whole rain situation, as those lines started to climb, definitely noticed they had been saying like, okay, like how many? 2, okay, go ahead. How many? 3, go ahead. 2, go ahead. And like they were just letting groups go through and then they would kind of cut. So I do feel like that is a little misleading if they're telling you that you get staggered entry for your group, but then you're with other people. So I do think there's a little bit of a disconnect there, and that feels a little unfortunate. The lines are a little bit longer. They are still less than what you would probably expect to see in a normal night. I will say that. You're typically gonna see like 60 to 120 plus minutes for a lot of houses. I have seen a few houses get up into the 50s tonight though, which does feel pretty long. I saw there was like a 45, 50, 45, like a 35, like a few houses that were pretty long overall. So it feels like the house lengths, though they are less, so that is technically true, they are not significantly less in a lot of regards, especially in that prime time of the night. So I don't really know why they're not staggering us right now, why we are going in with groups of people, because there's even been times where like we stop in a house, like as if you were conga lining and you kind of stop. And I have people like bumping into me from behind. Like I was not expecting that tonight, especially knowing last year people were running through houses empty-handed basically. I mean, you were going in with nobody. It's just you and that's it. So it is a little weird right now, and we'll see what this last 2 hours kind of brings us. But you know, we just finished our 10th house. We just had some food. The show is going on. We decided we're gonna kind of skip that tonight, go back, do some houses, and kind of do a few more reruns through, because we'll see the show tomorrow. But just so you guys are aware of the timing, it is 12:03, I think you saw on my phone. But I wanted to give that update because this is a premium event as far as like the price tag too. So you kind of have to be informed. The food has been nice. Like I said, a few long lines there, but it's that staggered entry that I'm a little kind of hit or miss on right now. We'll talk more about it by the end of the video. We're gonna run a few more, see what things are looking like. But I mean, all these houses for the tents right now, I don't think any of them are under 35 minutes. And like, you're waiting 35 minutes. We timed our last one, it was 15 minutes. We waited 18 and a half minutes. We waited over what was posted. So you gotta just keep those things kind of in mind right now throughout the night. We're gonna go do a few more houses. Been loving the event as a whole, like absolutely love the event. I think it is fantastic. But as far as premium Scream, which is what this video is focused on, the premium Scream element, we're a little kind of finicky right now. Also, you can watch from the bridge, not very loud, but you can get some decent visuals out there. And don't forget, Chainsaw Horde is back inside of The Simpsons. Oh, it actually looks like the Mel zombies are now finally skating. There we go. That's pretty cool. You get Mel's in the backdrop, the zombies roaming around. What a vibe. Oh, character design in here looks to be fantastic, by the way. It's our vampire masquerade. We have the bodies here. Oh, see ya. Oh no, 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 no. Delicious blood. And the backdrop looks fantastic here. Uh-oh. Oh, look at, they're all dining. They're all like choosing. We found the head to the body. She's taken it. This is incredibly full, by the way. Oh, we need to go see what's on this table, shall we? Feasting on the body over here. We now see exactly what is happening. Oh, goodness. I see a bird up there that looks like it's like 12 feet tall, right there. What the heck? Look at this big, oh. Wow. He's looking at you, Nick. It's so, it's so tall.
Baby bird. That is so cool.
Look at you guys. These look pretty cool. I like all of these like little statue pieces here. They really vibe here. So they are shining the lights right through here. You guys can see it. Not much on the ground though. So I was off on that. The ground is pretty empty, but you can see the peeking light right there. It's hiding over there too. Super cool. That they have projections of like the slime falling down. That's cool. projectors here, little scenes are happening. Oh, look at the radiation coming from that toxic waste. Oh no. On the newspaper. What's going on over here? Whoa! Look at this thing.
Stay away from that green goo.
What you've been hiding in these barrels.
Uh-oh. Oh! Pop the toxic goo. Oh no!
That was fast.
That was fast. Uh-oh. Just missed it. There was the cop went back there. Then he does the little animation, and then they come out. That's cool. So this is all one big sign. It's rat tap tap. It's the whole thing. Up, cash change. See you later. Oh, they even have a baby stroller. Let's go see what's happening in the pizzeria. All right, so once again, you can see inside of the Freddy Fazbear's kind of overlay here. Really what I pointed out during updates was that little photo op. And then I'll kind of show you what's happening up here. No animatronics, no characters roaming around or anything. But you can see kind of like the screens, they got Freddy Fazbear's, even like the outfits. So it does look good. I like that they changed up the costume. I feel like it looks pretty nice, for what they could do. I know a lot of people are expecting to maybe see animatronics or maybe characters in here. Unfortunately, I think this is kind of what you're getting. But again, I think it looks good for what it is. Kind of a basic overlay, and it's pretty much just a food booth at this point with some extra little bits to it. The screens do kind of do that little flickering kind of from the game, from the security cams, so that's also cool to see. Well, another pit stop. As I was showing you guys Freddy's, we did end up picking up the pizza and the cupcake. Really quick, just want to point out, I do think that the pizza was okay. I think the cupcake had a good base with the cake, but way too much frosting. So much frosting. Well, the night is coming to a close here. Scare actors are gone. It is after 2 a.m. and we are done. Also, you guys will see these flowers right here. You'll find them around. They are the same flowers that are inside El Artista. I think it's meant to be kind of that attachment of, Sergio and El Artista in general, that entire house, and the impact that it has around the entire park. So if you see these flowers, these really long, dangly ones, they are actually in the house and you can find them. So keep your eyes out. We are making the walk back to the car right now. 3 a.m. on the dot right now. It was a long one. We got here a little bit before 5. We got in just in time for the Scream Early portion. And then we ended up kind of hanging out there, stayed till 3. So we definitely had a full night of premium Scream night. Now, I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant here. If some of you guys just wanted to figure out what a night looked like, you got some of that. But I am going to talk about the value of Premium Scream, how it compares to years past, or the year past, because there was only 1 year, and kind of what my honest opinions are about how it felt tonight. And this is also from talking to a lot of other people that experienced the night tonight, because I think it is the most important thing to give you the most realistic expectations for this event. So as you guys know, I definitely hyped this event up based on a lot of friends and other people that gave reviews from last year. However, last year had a very low capacity, or at least attendance. I don't want to say capacity. I don't know if capacity changed at all, but it actually sold this year. So I think we about quadrupled in attendance this year, which unfortunately lent itself to make it a much busier night. So I think it's a situation right now where for $400 or more, do I recommend this event? And it's very difficult to really say yes or no. I think that if you value the food and drink side of things, I do think it is still a good idea. If you value the staggered entry and lower wait times, that's where things start to get a little bit more convoluted in the whole argument, because staggered entry, we had staggered entry on both runs through Gulkin and both runs through Fallout. We did both those houses twice. Every other house we did one time. We had a partial staggered entry through Hatchet and Chains and Dolls. Every other house we did, we went with a group. So you were kind of going in groups of anywhere from, I want to say, about 12 to 15 people. And then they would kind of break for about 30 seconds. And then they would do another 12 to 15 or so, which that break was about the same length that it was supposed to be, I would imagine, for the staggered entries that we would have for the houses that were doing it. I talked to some people that were getting staggered entry on some of the other houses. We only got them on the tent houses. But the other thing is, the staggered entry was a lot better during the Scream Early portion, which is about that first hour to hour and a half or so of the park kind of like being open with houses. So I was hearing a lot of people were just getting their 10th house done by like 2 a.m. for premium Scream night. So again, I'm just giving you the details. I'm just trying to be open and honest about the situation. I don't know if the value is necessarily there unless they make some changes. I think there's two big changes that they could make. Number one is drastically reduce the amount of people that come into the park, and you probably have to increase the price because they're gonna have to find a way to offset that amount of revenue. Or you do 2 nights with a drastically reduced attendance. So we're talking like 4,000 to 5,000 people max, where I think you probably need to be around 5 or 6 anyway to realistically make this like whole event operate as it would or should in this situation. That being said, I do think overall HHN this year is amazing. The houses are insanely good. I would say 9 out of 10 of the houses that we did, I would give like a 7.5 to 8 out of 10 for a rating. They were incredible. Like, you guys are going to like them. Any of the IPs that you are looking forward to, all of them delivered. Jason was great. Terrifier was great. Five Nights was great. Wyatt 6 was great. Fallout was great. Every single one was so accurate, so well detailed. I genuinely think you guys will love the IPs that you're attached to. The originals this year are also knocking it out of the park. So I think HHN is going to be fantastic for HHN 34. However, when it comes to Premium Scream, which is what this video is about, and I know I'm ranting here, but I just need to give you these details, it is a situation that I don't know if I can necessarily recommend it for next year without significant changes. I just don't think at this point the value is there for the things that they're advertising, which would be staggered entry and lower wait times. Are they lowered wait times? Yes, 100% they are. But I don't think that they're low enough to the point that it feels like really good to be there. I will say we typically wait less for a house with Express than what we waited tonight. And that's obviously in a conga line system, not with the staggered entry. But that's a big selling point to me, would have been the staggered entry. And to not have it consistently was a little bit of a bummer. I was getting bumped in the back from people like screaming like behind me, like in a staggered entry situation, nobody should be right behind me already. So again, that's kind of just my whole thoughts. I do want to get Nicole's quick thoughts, and then we'll kind of close this out.
So I think for me, it's like tricky because we walk around saying, oh, the food's free, oh, the food's free. And it's like, well, it's not free. We prepaid roughly $400 for this like free food. And yes, we go into this event thinking we're going to eat like everything times 2. And then your eyes are so much bigger than your stomach and like you barely eat half of the food. So I really think like when looking at this event, you have to figure out where the value is worth it. Because going into it for me, I was like food, snacks, because we have Express. Like that didn't matter as much. But then having to wait in longer lines today and not having the staggered runs like we thought we would, and then being full much quicker than I thought I would, made me almost wonder like, okay, like, is this worth the value of the ticket? But at the same time, like, It was such a nice environment and a fun time, and really cool being able to just walk up to a food booth and get whatever you want, and like still have less busy runs. That like it is something I would want to do going forward, because I don't want to miss out on this special time. But I think if the event could be tweaked where it's a little less crowded to help it bring back the feelings from it last year, I would totally like say like, yes, go and do it. But you really have to figure out like what's important to you and where you're getting your money's worth.
Well, there you go. And I agree wholeheartedly with what Nicole says there. It's just really where you find the value. If you find the value in the food, and kind of just like being able to go up to a food booth and just like get whatever you want, and like partially having staggered entrances and definitely like lower wait times than a normal night, I do think that there is value there, and I think that is a great opportunity. If you are looking for the staggered entry specifically, I don't know if I would necessarily say this is the perfect event. It could be. There needs to be some tweaks, but then you're also going to have very long lines. I mean, they were already trying to do a little bit of staggered, and you were already up to 45, 50 minutes. Like I said, there was points in the night where I was seeing 3, 4, 5 houses at like 45, 50 plus minutes, which is pretty long for an event like this. So that is just all I wanted to kind of point out. I want to make sure that you guys are given all of the information. I still had an amazing time. Nicole still had an amazing time. Absolutely loved it, and probably would do it again next year. I want to see if they make any changes, but I just need to be upfront about the things to expect. My biggest gripe is the staggered entry, because that is advertised that you and your group go in kind of like solo for like your little run, and we didn't get that for probably 80% of our runs tonight, which felt like a little bit of a bummer. But I still had an amazing, amazing time. We'll be back here tomorrow for opening night, and all weekend we got a lot of fun stuff planned for you. We have a lot of food that we tried, so we'll have that video hopefully coming out at some point. We still have a few more things to try over the weekend, but we'll definitely have a food video out next week at some point. Either way, thank you guys for hanging out with us in a very long day. We are exhausted, gotta get home, edit, go to bed, and then do it all again tomorrow. If you don't mind, please give this video a thumbs up if you had fun with us here today and got some useful information. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for being here.